Right, so here is a substitution question. So here we've got a trig function that we're using this time. So we're given our substitution of x equals sine u. So first thing we do, okay, substitution x equals sine u. So we've got x in terms of u, so we can substitute that. Next thing we need to do, we need to do dx by du. Remember, basically, x is our function, and it's in terms of the variable u. So we're differentiating x with respect to u. Okay, so if we do that, that's nice and easy. We just get cos u. Now remember, what we want is we want dx in terms of u, because dx is the thing we want to replace. Now that means that dx is cos u du. So that's what we're going to put into our integral. Right, what's left now? So now we look at our integral. Okay, we've got limits in terms of x. I'll change those in a minute. And we've got 1 over the square root of 1 minus x squared dx. So let's look at this term by term. So we've got dx. So we're going to replace dx with du cos u. Okay. Now we've got this term here. Well, what's our favourite identity? I hear you say that's sine squared u plus cos squared u equals 1. And if we rearrange, that gives us 1 minus, and remember basically our x is sine u, and we've got x squared, so 1 minus sine squared u, and we square root that, gives us cos u. Okay, so that's basically, that's our x that we're substituting here. We end up with cos u, that's the overall effect. So that means I've got 1 over cos u. Right, let's tidy this up. So I've got cos of u times 1 over cos of u du. Well, that's easy. That just leaves us with 1 du. Now remember, we need to change our limits, because our limits are in terms of x. So when x is equal to a half, sine of u. So we want u. So what are we going to do? Because that's equal to x, we're going to take arc sine. Okay, so arc sine of half is equal to, that's going to give us pi over 6. Okay, now when x is equal to 0, again, we're going to do arc sine of 0, and that gives us 0. Now we've got our new limits. New limits are pi over 6 and 0. So we integrate that, remember to use square brackets. So when we do this, well, that's just going to give you u, pi over 6 and 0. So that means my answer is going to be pi over 6. That is our problem solved. Okay, all of them, you're given the substitution. So again, remember, go through the simple steps. Substitution, how can we write x in terms of u? Well, if a trig function, then we've already got written in terms of u. Differentiate, work out what replaces dx. Okay, so you want all dx as a subject equal to something du. And go through term by term and replace the original expression.